Number two, we have to learn how to become transformational and not transactional. Transformational and not transactional. Now, what do I mean by that? Earning money is transactional. What you do with your money determines if you are transformational. Money is just a simple commodity. But transformation requires you to tap into purpose and to help others to benefit because you have discovered your purpose. You help them to discover their purpose. Here's the difference. A rich man eats and his family eats. A good man makes sure that the people around him eat. But a great man ensures that others produce their own food. There's a difference. You see, we have to learn how to become transformational rather than transactional. There are a lot of transactional people in the world. Everybody's asking, what's in it for me? And when we think about it, greatness has receipts. You see, if you say you are great, let me see your receipts. There are people claiming greatness, but they have no receipts. I'm going to say this, and this sounds funny, but I realized I became a great man. Somebody said, boy, that sounds conceited. No, I'm just telling you the truth. I read the book, and the book said this is what is required. I didn't pursue greatness, but when I looked at the book and I checked all this, I have the receipts. Amen? Amen? How do I know I became great from a kingdom perspective? Because I moved from being transactional to being transformational. And it's been evidenced in the people who I work with. So I'm not trying to get points for myself. I'm just telling you what the word says. You know, I've used this example several times, and I'm going to use another example at another time. But my brother Ethan really kind of encapsulated this concept for me. So Ethan is the owner of several gas stations. He has a company, kind of a little conglomerate here in the Bahamas. And he is in a business that does a lot of transactions, the gas business. People, every day, people got to buy gas. And so there are a lot of transactions. And he could have easily said, God has made me rich. I'm going to take care of my family. I'm going to bless a few people. And, I'm just going to be good. And it's okay to be good. I'm sure he wasn't trying to do this, but it happened. He wasn't trying to be great, but he followed the pattern of greatness, and so I'm recognizing his greatness. So when you think about it, here it is. These are young men who are returning from prison, who are getting ready to come back into society. Now, as a businessman, you don't have to do this. You know, he's making a lot of money. He could say, I'm happy. Let's go on another trip. Let's enjoy life. Let's have a good time. And here it is. He's saying, no, I'm not content. I don't want to just be transactional. I want to be transformational. Amen? And so he's taking these young men, giving them skills, giving them the opportunity to transform their lives, because the information that they receive in these sessions, without these sessions, they wouldn't be exposed to that. And sometimes when I go to get my gas, some of the young men who've been through this course, they talk to me, and they talk about what they learned. That's an example of being transformational rather than transactional. You know, when I looked at those young men, if they didn't tell me who they were, I wouldn't know. But their lives were changed.